Loving it. Let's get to our breaking news we gave you at the very top of the hour. U.S. antitrust lawyers are apparently leaning against approving the Comcast merger with Time Warner Cable. Yes, considering blocking the cable company from buying TWC, which is tanking right now. Time Warner Cable down 5%, Comcast lower by 2%. All of this is a single report, though. We want to stress that. It's according to a Bloomberg tweet. It's sending those stocks down sharply. We're not going to ignore it. We're bringing in Chris Young, S&L Kagan Verizon analyst, and Tuna Amobi, S&P media analyst, to game this. And right now, Tuna, it's very important to mention that Time Warner Cable says they've been working very closely with Department of Justice attorneys who have given them no indication. However, there have been thousands and thousands of comments from the public and from competitors of smaller cable operators who hate this deal. Do you put any veracity into this report?
Well, actually, I do. And I think, as you alluded to, the opponents of this deal have been extremely vocal. I think what's really interesting here is that the handwriting has actually been on the wall for quite a while now, with the way that the timeline for this deal has been pushed back, quite a few times. I myself...
What are we at, Tuna? A year now? More than that?
That's right. I think it's, the clock has been ticking now for, getting closer to the 180 days FCC usually, gives for this. And they've pushed it back at least a couple of times. They've stopped the clock. But I think more importantly, what this illustrates is that the environment, the current environment, it's not that conducive for a mega merger like this, especially coming at a time when the FCC is trying to clamp down on prioritization of internet traffic, Title II regulations. And sometimes I've had some difficulty trying to rationalize why they would approve a merger such as this under these current circumstances.
And Chris, at a time when all the cable companies are frantically trying to hold on to the millennials. I mean, today, Verizon announced that Fios, and they have millions of customers, they are finally going to do what everybody has anticipated cable companies would do, and that is offer smaller bundles at a lower price. They are offering something for $55, and in essence, it's going to be called this custom Verizon Fios custom TV. On it, you get channel packs, some with generic themes, but you'll get the basic big names like HGTV, Fox, CNN, AMC. How important is this move, and do you suspect other cable companies will jump in and copy the Fios move?
Well, it's a very important move, especially for the way consumers have traditionally watched video. So this is a great opportunity for customers to feel a part of the decision-making process and getting content that they want. Now, it's not necessarily a la carte, which is what consumers would really like, but it's not the big bundles that they've had limited choices, maybe 3 big bundles. So it's somewhere in between, but it's going to give customers choice.
Tuna, the average cable bill, $90. So at $55, and you're not paying for things that you might not want. I'm just throwing this out because I like these channels, but Spike TV, Country Music Channel. Yes. Some people have no interest. Some people don't want to pay for ESPN. They don't like sports.
That's exactly right. I think the average person watches far less than what's available on the dial universe. What this illustrates is what we see as an inevitable shift towards breaking up the cable bundle, kind of an hybrid a la carte. I think what's interesting, Liz, is that we've seen cable operators come out with skinny packages in the past, which admittedly haven't gained much traction. What's different here is that Verizon is saying, hey, we can not only offer you a skinny package, but we can also offer you dynamic packaging and pricing to drop channels as you go along and add them as you need them. I think the discount actually, on first glance, looks relatively attractive. What's not clear is how much the take rate is and what impact this could have on the ecosystem. And that's going to be critical.
Chris, this tends to suck people in. They start doing add-ons, and then they end up paying more than what they would have for just the entire package, right?
Well, this gives customers a chance to review their options.
Okay.
But Verizon is going to... It won't be more than what their current packages are. Current packages aren't going away. So this just gives customers a chance to really customize. If it starts exceeding the price, they'll just be right in their package. Well, so it's a good initially win-win for the customer.
The competitors are out there now. HBO came up with HBO Now. You've got Netflix, Sling TV, Hulu. TiVo's coming out with they have it, the over-the-air, OTA, with the Aereo branding that's coming out. Listen, the cable companies better wake up. So, Tuna, as we circle back to the Comcast-Time Warner deal, what are they going to have to do to make sure this deal goes through? What kinds of promises will they have to make?
I think it's almost ironic that the FCC is coming out with an open internet order. The question is, what conditions will Comcast accept as part of that order? Will they, be constrained in terms of, what assets they might divest? There's all kinds of scenarios there. And I do believe that at some point the deal will not be attractive enough for Comcast to go through with this. Having said, I think there's still a chance it could go through, although right now I have to say that I'm leaning towards being off the table.
Okay, there's the headline. Tuna's leaning against it. And again, we need to just quickly mention that both Time Warner Cable and Comcast stock are moving lower on that single report. We do have calls into the company, but of course there have been reports that Time Warner Cable says we have no indication that this wouldn't go through. So thank you very much to both of you. We appreciate it. Chris Young, S&amp, Kagan, Verizon analyst, and Tuna Amobi, S&P media analyst.